I wrote the whole of the Build the Invisible book, and I was writing the conclusion, and this is how long ago it was, almost a year ago. I was trying to write this conclusion and bring it all together. And I read something, or I listened to a podcast all around learning, but learning for learning's sake rather than learning to pass an exam. And that really, really resonated with me, because I think, rightly or wrongly, in school we're all tested to pass exams effectively. How much you can memorize, how much you can remember, how much you can sort of soft plagiarize in a way. It's like, how much can you regurgitate in order to demonstrate the thing that you need to be tested on? And I think as a result, my relationship with learning or rather people's relationship with learning gets strained. You're learning because it's like the next bit of the step of the conveyor belt of the career thing, of the career path that's all set in stone for you. And so my relationship, I think, with learning got a bit strained. Like, I need to do another qualification to get another piece of knowledge. But what ends up happening is, for me at least anyway, when I was doing that next bit, that next thing, it is so ingrained and you keep reaffirming that knowledge, it just withers. It withers on the vine like all the other stuff that you don't water, you don't nurture, you don't, give that intense purpose to. So, I'm writing this conclusion of the book, and I realized actually that I think people's relationship with learning and knowledge building has to change to a degree. I think if you're just constantly thinking, I need to do this to pass something, I need it to get to the next step, it's a difficult relationship to maintain. But actually, if you try and invert that idea and start thinking about knowledge building as lifelong learning, this idea that there's always going to be cool stuff that you're interested in, or hopefully there will be cool stuff that you're interested in. The difficulty is actually finding the cool stuff that you're interested in, not actually the doing. Because, everybody can sit down at 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock, like I sometimes do, and watch Netflix for a few hours, and then try and have some self-control not to have one more episode when it's 1 o'clock at night, when you need to get to bed, or you need to get into the gym in the next morning, whatever else it might be. And that's, I think, sometimes, I talk about it in the book, the distraction away from the thing that you really want to do. Because it's the real easy option that you can very effortlessly do. Put that in the outtakes. The opposite is also the most rewarding, where sometimes you've got to make those hard choices. You've got to find the things that are interesting and actually bring yourself into doing the thing that you want to do. And that's what the journal's there a bit to help you with, which is develop that routine a bit. But actually realize yourself, give yourself some self-analysis, self-development, some understanding about what drives you to work out the thing that you're interested in doing. And if you can do that, it doesn't become a transactional thing. I need to memorize this to pass an exam, to get a qualification, to do an interview, to do whatever else it might be. It's the opposite. It's like, I'm really interested in learning this thing today because it will help me in my overall, without sounding too airy-fairy, life objective, whatever that life objective might be. It might be to work in the football industry. It might be to be a clothes designer. But everything in between will give you that greater insight and expertise into the thing you want to do.